Let's bring in our panel now. Christy McSweeney, Managing Director of PR Council, joins us from Melbourne. Good to see you, Christy. And on the desk here with me is late debate co-host James Macpherson. Good to have you on board for this truncated edition. Let's quickly do federal politics. I'll start with you, Christy. Do you think this Gaza visa issue is hurting the Albanese Labor government? And do you think voters want answers soon?
I think the Albanese Labor government thinks it's an electoral asset or advantage for them to have done what they've done and to use the messaging of Ed Husic, for example, and to make an advantage out of saying we wanted to give tourist visas because they're the fastest able to be processed and the fastest way to get people into Australia and reconnected with their families. They think that helps them in their electorates with their base and helps them contain voters who might be shifting to their left flank, to the Greens, which are the pro-Palestinian party. Dutton has taken a gamble, banking that his hardline stance, his trying to get to the bottom of asking the questions around ASIO and security vetting, is helping him with certainly his base, but with also swinging voters. And Chris, sitting here in Melbourne, I don't think there's too many Teal voters who are going to preference lacking national security over a number of other issues combined with cost of living. I don't think Albo's strategy is going to grab those Teal voters either, and I think the Teals are on a losing streak, ripping into Peter Dutton on it.
I don't disagree with the political analysis, but I think it's pretty simple, James. It's about national security, and you don't play politics with it, and most people will think Peter Dutton's spot on.
Absolutely. Taking so many people so quickly from a radicalised war zone makes absolutely no sense, and I think most people are smart enough to realise Labor recognise they've got a problem in Western Sydney, and so whether real or not, there's the perception they're making foreign policy based on, or immigration policy based on domestic politics.
Which is shocking, and it might help them there, but across the country, people will be very, very worried about it, and understandably so. I want to duck back to Chicago and this Democrat National Convention and show you something else that Hillary Clinton said.
We can't get driven down crazy conspiracy rabbit holes. We have to fight for the truth.
I couldn't believe my ears, James. She's dissing conspiracy theories and she's fighting for the truth. This is the woman who went with the whole Russia collusion thing for years.
I was going to say, I've got 3 words for Hillary Clinton. Russia, Russia, Russia. She's banged on about that ad nauseum. So now for her to say conspiracy theories, I mean, but this is what the DNC have done all day. It's just been gaslighting, gaslighting, gaslighting. They've repeated known falsehoods. Joe Biden just repeated them continually. Things we know to be untrue. He just repeated them all over again. No one with any brains believes a word the Democrats say.
Yeah, if you want to talk about conspiracy theories and truth, have a look at Hillary Clinton circa 2016.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
It's pretty clear you won't admit that the Russians have engaged in cyber attacks against the United States of America, that you encouraged espionage against our people, that you are willing to spout the Putin line, sign up for his wish list.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton there. Christy, perhaps she should correct the record on all of her Russia collusion nonsense before she starts preaching about truth in politics.
Look, I've sort of had the DNC on in the background today, and I've occasionally popped my head up to listen to speeches. When it sounds particularly outrageous, it's piqued my interest, and I've turned away from the laptop and watched what they were saying. From Clinton to AOC, I think was the most outrageous speech that I heard, to the Governor of New York, Kathy Hochul. There is a lot of hype and certainly pitching to the base there, but you can't go and call out Trump being a liar and telling untruths on national stages if you're really going to mislead or misinterpret things yourself. It's a bit of a pot-kettle situation in the US at the moment.
It is pot-kettle for sure. Now, just quickly, another issue, James. Ampol rapidly pulling back their electric charging plans for around the country. Guess what? There's not enough electricity and they're better off selling petrol.
Yeah, Anthony Albanese continually boasts that the government has an orderly, methodical approach to everything. That's not true. On every policy, it's just rank adventurism. And when you buy an EV, EV, you're expressing trust and faith that things are going to be laid out for you. Well, it's madness. No one believes this government. That's why the sales of hybrid cars are increasing, because people are hedging their bets.
Unbelievable. It is a mess. And actually, a good friend of ours, Gemma Tognini's just sold her EV. I think you might be able to read about that in the Weekend Australian. I'm hoping so. Anyway, we'll talk to her about that next Monday.